The Wanted cause a stir in LA, Gaga has a pretty terrible week, and Cheryl Cole really needs to shut up. All this and more on today's Pure Tunes. Welcome to Pure Tunes, the show where I talk about the music news that I found entertaining, interesting, or just downright loathsome in the past 7 days. For instance, did you know that members of the Wanted had to go door to door apologising to residents after they caused a small blackout in a neighbourhood in Los Angeles? The boys were shooting the video for the new single Chasing the Sun when a transformer from their production blew and knocked out the power for a couple of blocks. A source told the Sun newspaper it was funny in a way, but a lot of people almost wanted to punch them. It was just the lads' manners that saved the day. I mean, the same thing happened here when One Direction had a party across the street and they blew out the power for the entire block. I mean, Niall just gave me a cheeky wee smile and, all was forgiven. Moving on swiftly, it's time for another story about Lady Gaga. Are you surprised? But the Bad Romance singer has had a really bad time of it this week. First off, Christian groups in South Korea managed to get all under 18s banned from the singer's show in Seoul. She was then forced to cancel her sold-out show in Jakarta, Indonesia, after being unable to get a concert permit thanks to a big stramash with some Islamic hardliners. And if that wasn't enough, she was greeted in the Philippines by a ton of Christian protesters, apparently on the grounds that she declared a distorted view of Jesus. And for biblical Christians, that is offensive. But let's look on the bright side, shall we? I mean, I've never really been a fan of Gaga, but she's got a lot of people really riled up and rather pissed off, so she must be doing something right. If nothing else, it proves that the world is listening. Now, I'm not an angry person, per se. Well, unless I'm having my ass handed to me at a game of Halo. But this next story had me so riled up, I could have kicked a metaphorical baby. I'm just saying. In a recent interview on the Hits radio station, Cheryl Cole came out and said she believes it's time the world forgave Chris Brown for assaulting his ex-girlfriend Rihanna. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 3 years, you'll know that Chris Brown assaulted Rihanna on the night of the 2009 Grammy Awards. He was then duly sentenced to 5 years of probation and 6 months of community service. In her interview, she said that through her charity, she worked with a bunch of people who did terrible things in their youth, but then went on to become upstanding members of the community. Speaking specifically about Brown, she said, "I think it's time the world moved on. That guy is talented as hell." No. It is not time to move on. It is not the time to forgive Chris Brown. If we come out and forgive him now for what he did, what message does that send the kids on Twitter? You know, those hundreds of young girls who posted on Twitter saying that they wouldn't mind Chris Brown beating up on them because he's handsome and talented. Has everyone forgotten that that happened and how freaking creepy it was? Cheryl, your attitude and your words and your actions leave an impression on the people that look up to you. Saying these sort of things in a public forum is going to give an impression to those young girls who idolize you that it's okay to forgive your abusers as long as they're fucking talented. Stop it. Just stop it. Sincerely, to the rest of the goddamn world. Anyway, let's do something more positive and talk about the thing of the week, where I talk about a thing that's happening this week that I think is awesome and stuff. This week's thing is the kick-off of Mechanical Smiles UK tour. The guys have got a rather impressive summer lined up with a big bunch of tour dates across Scotland and an appearance at the Slam Dunk Festival in Leeds. They're also a shoe-in to win the Red Bull Bedroom Jam, so if you haven't voted for them yet, you should probably go and do that. Links can be found in the description. And that's all we've got time for this week. Remember, if you like this video, give us a big old thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you want to chime in on any of the stories we talked about, especially this whole Cheryl Cole malarkey, then, leave us a comment or a video response below. And remember, we'll be covering a ton of other stories over our blog at puretunes.tumblr.com. So until next time, I've been Jimmy Richards, and this has been Pure Tunes. Have a week.